I think the best quality about growing up the way I did was the constant family around you. That made a tremendous difference and allowed a child to develop emotionally. However, there were always certain events that takes place in a family that causes division. All of my family grew up in the Virgin Islands. In many Caribbean islands, family is first. Sunday dinners were at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and many nights were spent on their porch talking until the early morning. And by family, I include aunts, uncles, cousins, and even neighbors. Our neighbors were known as family. We referred to them as aunts and uncles, regardless of blood. We weren't exactly the Brady Bunch, but we definitely weren't the Jacksons either. When one person had an issue, the family would work through it together. Sometimes the advice would come out in a rough way, but you knew it was coming from a good place. Through hurricanes and tropical storms, we would camp out at Grandma's house. So it appeared that we were attached at the hip. You know how you have that one family member that you're close to? In our family, it seems that we all were equally close to each other. As you can see in this picture right here, we are all Grandma's favorites. And it was more of us. But again, the division started to come, even in an early age, as you can see me there. So imagine how unprepared we were for that one night in 1997. It was a Saturday and the typical grocery shopping was done. We didn't know our first family death was going to happen then too. It was unexpected. There were no signs, and there definitely was no signs of what was going to happen next. Everyone grieves differently. For some people, it takes days, weeks, some months. For others, they just never stop grieving. We tried to grieve together as a family. Unfortunately, some people wanted to grieve alone. And you know always, when you grieve alone, the disaster is to come. It became painfully clear that when this one decided to isolate themselves, a former friend of his would reappear in the picture, and in doing so, this friend began destroying the infrastructure of the family. The struggle is indeed real when you are dependent on alcohol. This chronic condition gave us no other option but to excommunicate from him. Our culture believes strongly in family values. However, when the family name becomes tarnished, you have to part ways. And to be quite honest, while heads may shake and eyes may roll, that was the best decision that was ever made to ensure that no further damage happened to our family structure.